Hey there, Real Sports Fan here. I'm going to come straight with my 2008-2009 NHL predictions. Yes, I'm a Habs fan, so expect a little bias. We can't help it. Hey. Anyways, okay. So I'm going to get right into it. Northeast Division. I have the Habs winning the division. Surprise, surprise. But they did win the conference last year, and they are a great team. They will score a ton of goals. Great set of wingers. Their top six wingers compare with any in the league. They have three. They're going to have three offensive lines with Plekanec, Koivu, and Robert Lang in addition, and they have should have a great fourth line in Chipchura, who I really love, should make the squad. Maxime Lapierre, who I really like. Kostopoulos is a great fourth liner, and not to mention Georges Laraque, who is the heavyweight, probably split time with Kostopoulos, depending on who we're playing and if the other team has the heavyweight. Next, I like the Ottawa Senators still. They fell off hard last year, but they were great at the beginning of the year. Their goaltending should be a bit more settled. It won't be great, but it will be helped by the fact that they have a great 6 defensive defensemen, and that will help the goaltending, although they do lack that puck mover. Up front, they have Jason Spezza, Danny Heatley, just a great center wing combination, passer, goal scorer, 2 of the top 10 offensive players in the league easily. And then they also have Alfredson, great captain, love Fisher, love Vermette, Chris Neal. They just have a very good set of forwards, great set of defensive defensemen, and their goaltending should be helped by the goals they score and the defensive defensemen that they do have. Boston Bruins, like Boston, they always seem to get great goaltending. Tim Thomas, Manny Fernandez, Tuukka Rask, they have bodies, and whoever's in there always seems to do well. So I'm not that worried about their goaltending, at least for the regular season. Defensively, it starts with Chara, who is an elite player in the league, the premier physical presence in the NHL. They have Weidman, who's an offensive defenseman with potential, so we'll see, even though he's a bit of a question mark to begin with. And they're just solid defensively, and up front they're getting Bergeron back. They have Marc Savard, even though he is apparently on the trading block. I have no idea why. Kessel could be in line for a breakout season. Lots of talent. He kind of reminds me of Guy Lafleur. And I'll step away from that right now. I'll offend too many Habs fans. Sorry, guys. But yes, I really like Kessel. And I think he's going to break out hard in his third year, much like a certain Montreal player did. That's a bit bold, but anyways, I like the rest of their wingers. Solid. They got Ryder. He should score some goals. He should get back to 25, 30 goals, and he's not a bad player. He had a rough year in Montreal. He should be good in the system. He seemed to be sort of just a bit too slow for the speed that Montreal was playing with last year and the system that we were running offensively. But yeah, I think the Bruins will be in the playoffs, and they're going to be a tough team just because they're physical and they have talent up there. In the Atlantic Division, I really like the Philadelphia Flyers. This is a team that will be cup contenders, no kidding. Martin Biron is a great goaltender. He proved it in the playoffs. He's a playoff money goaltender. Love Biron. Defensively, they're solid. They have a great set of just hard-working forwards that get back. That's their center. That trio of Briere, Richards, Jeff Carter is nasty, and could be with Stahl moving to wing, could be the best trio of centermen in the league. Who else? The Devils, they have Brodeur, so they're going to be in the mix. Will they make the playoffs? It'll be. I think they're content. They'll be in the mix to make the playoffs. Rangers, I don't know. I love Lundqvist, great goaltender. I'm a former goaltender. I'm a big fan of Lundqvist. I don't know how they're going to deal without Yager or Scott Gomez, and Drury have to step it up. If they do, the Rangers are in the cup mix. If they play like they did last year, the Rangers are going to struggle to make the playoffs. And Redden sucks. Many of the Islanders who will basically be competing with the Leafs in the John Tavares sweepstakes. Then going to the Southeast Division, Washington Capitals. Starting in goal, Jose Theodore is inconsistent, but he does get streaky and gets on these great runs, and they have a solid team in front of them, and Ovechkin is amazing, Backstrom is great, Simmons great. They have that elite talent to build around in Ovechkin and those guys. They have great role players around them. If Theodore can be great, they will be great. I see them winning that division regardless, just because it is a weak division, in my opinion. Carolina, I think they'll be sort of... I don't know. I don't see Carolina making the playoffs this year. I love Stahl. The Cam Ward has got some potential, but I don't see them making the playoffs this year. Tampa Bay Lightning, interesting. The Lightning are an interesting team. They have Le Cavalier, St. Louis up front, and they've added Stamkos. They've added Ryan Malone. They've added back Prospel. They are going to score some goals. They added Andre Mazzaros to their defensive group, and they should be not bad defensively. And I think Mike Smith is going to surprise some people. I like Mike Smith. He didn't play that great after they got him, but the guy, I think, will emerge as a legit number one goalie, a good number one goalie. And if they get that goaltending with the scoring they're going to get, the Lightning are going to be in the playoff mix, though I don't see them quite winning around in the playoffs. Now to the Western Conference. Detroit Red Wings, best team on paper, added Marian Hossa, defending Cup champions. Great team. If there is a concern, it's that they're older and they might break down here and there. Zetterberg's got some durability issues, but I mean, geez. Hossa, Datsuk, Zetterberg, Lidstrom. Is there a quartet that is both offensive and both great offensively and defensively as that quartet of defensemen and a trio of forwards? I mean, that's just they should win the West, and they probably should win the Cup. But fuck the Wings. Blackhawks. I have the Blackhawks in the playoffs. They got Uwe, who's a good goaltender. They have some very good young demon. They added Brian Campbell. They've got some talent up front in Taves, Kane, and they have some other young guys like Aliu and Kyle Beach that could be in the mix there. So the Blackhawks, I like. They just have momentum. I think they're going to be a confident team, and they're going to kind of. I think I like the team, and I don't know if they're quite a playoff team on paper in a tough Western Conference, but I think they're going to play above their heads just because they will have the confidence, and they do seem to have a sort of momentum to that squad. Northwest Division, Calgary Flames. I love Phaneuf. I love Iginla. Iginla, best captain in the game. Dion Phaneuf, probably the most exciting demon in the game. Not named Mike Green, who I didn't mention with Washington Capitals, but love Mike Green. Could be the best offensive defenseman since Paul Coffey. Minnesota should be in the mix. Vancouver should be in the mix. I think they're going to score a few more goals than people are expecting. Luongo, I believe, is going to bounce back, and the defensive group is great. So I think Vancouver is going to be in the mix. Colorado should be good, though. I don't see them making the playoffs. And Edmonton is a bit of a wild card. I don't know if they're going to get the goaltending to make it, but they should be exciting no matter what. In the Pacific Division, this is a tough-ass division. The Dallas Stars are going to be there. San Jose Sharks probably winning that division. They're just a great regular season squad. They got to prove it in the playoffs, but they're just as good as they were last year with Boyle replacing Campbell. They're not going to fall off. Nabokov is nasty goaltender. Ducks, great first line, great role players around them. Great set of defensemen. They got great goaltending. They'll be in the playoffs. They'll be in that sort of 3 to 6 or 4 to 6 range. In the Western Conference, Phoenix Coyotes. I have the Coyotes making the playoffs. Jokinen, a great addition. Peter Mueller, Shane Doan. They have forwards up front. They're adding Kyle Turris to that. He's going to not be in the pressure situation to produce right away, and he's being tutored by Wayne Gretzky. Kyle Turris is going to put up some points this year. I like Kyle Turris. I like that group of forwards all around. Defensively, they should be solid, and Brizgalov is a very good goaltender. So I see the Phoenix Coyotes in the playoffs. Anyways, that's it. I'll put it in the box beside the video of my 1 to 8 in both the East and West. Thanks for watching.